Hello? You're on mute.
I'm off mute.
There you go.
Yay. Very good. Now I am here for supposedly being the old retired guy. I had some busy stinking days here.
Yeah, well, you gotta make sure you don't get bored.
Oh, I know. I get crabby if I get bored, you know, so yeah, that's probably a good thing. But anyway, so you have to be there at 11:30 tomorrow, so I pick you up at quarter after. Is that right?
I have to be there 11:15,
11:15,
so
you
yeah,
pick me up at 11.
probably, I'd say let's maybe do a 10:45, just
Okay,
to be
that's
safe.
fine. Yeah, we definitely don't want you to be late for your torture.
Yeah, I'll be anxious enough. I'd just rather get there and hang out in the parking lot. You'll have to check in with me, but then they'll send you back out to your car.
Okay, and they want me to hang out until you're done, right?
Yeah, that's okay. It'll probably be, I think the procedure itself is about 45 minutes, and I'm sure it'll be an hour and a half before they get me in there. So probably be a
Well,
few hours.
yeah, and then how long is it general anesthetic?
And they'll knock me out.
So yeah, it'll be probably at least half hour, 45 minutes to an hour for recovery, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, well, I will have my phone charged and I'll take my cord with me. And I will work on my water system operator recurrent training courses.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
I have 2 left to do. I got six hours out of the way. So I got
Goodness.
only 2 of them left to do now. So that's not too bad. So,
Sammy's outside barking, which means Tinker's inside barking.
and
Oh,
I did put the chickens away. So
thank you.
Of course, no eggs tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're probably done for a little while. I'm going to plug their water heater in tomorrow. It won't kick on unless it gets cold enough, but I saw that Friday, I think it's going to be down to 28
Oh, really?
at
Okay.
some point, and I just didn't want us having to deal with frozen water. So
Yeah, that's fine.
and I did get some more of the sweet PDZ. I've got 2 bags up on my porch.
Oh, you do good. I did. Yeah, I told you already. I guess that I put more sand in, and I got some back up also. So I've got a couple more bags that we can use to refresh during the winter if we need to.
Okay. And I may, I've got some bird seed for the wild birds, so I might, I got one replacement bird feeder because one of mine is a few years old and it's kind of rusting and separating, and I didn't want any birds getting hurt on it. It's impossible to clean because it just gets all gunked up. So I'm just going to pitch it and replace it, but I may have you help me fill those before the weekend because it is going to get chilly.
Yeah, I can do that. It's a heated bird feeder?
No, it's just a regular one. It's metal.
Okay. That's good. I'm just sorting out some junk that I just brought back from the office. I just got back half an hour ago and took care of the girls and let our boys out and slammed some supper and geez.
Well, so far it's just the 2 of us. We need a quorum, so.
Yeah, I think we do. So I did the other folks say that they were planning to join?
Yeah, looks like we got Ben.
Oh, good. Okay.
So far, and Tony, I know Tony's going to join. I haven't heard one way or the other from Mark.
Oh, you had not. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I think he may have RSVP'd in the beginning, but I haven't heard anything since.
Okay. All right, that's lovely. I'm just finishing sorting out my stuff. That's for tomorrow. That's can go onward.
Please do this. Come on.
That's oops. Oh. Oh, that can't go over. It's a new one. Okay, got these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam is being stubborn at the door. Oh, we got another one joined here.
Hey, hooray, hooray.
All right, looks like we got everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and start. Sammy's trying to decide if he wants to come in or not, so I might be back and forth to the door a couple times before he makes up his mind. Let's do, let's see, open the meeting at 7:30, Wednesday, October 28th. We did place notice of this public meeting on the township door with plenty of time. So it's an official meeting. We've obviously got a quorum with everybody here.
And I put it on the website as well.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Let's do a quick roll call. Anyone who's on mute, please unmute. Laura Kunze, President.
There,
Bill Ash.
here,
Mark.
Mark McPhillamy, Secretary Treasurer.
Okay, and Benjamin Nepper. Are you on mute, Ben?
Doesn't look like his phone's connected, just his
Oh.
video.
huh, not, Ben, we're not seeing you.
I don't think he was going to do video. I think he was going to just call in, but he should still be able to speak.
Can you text him? You
I don't know that I have his.
got, well,
You can text him right from here. Just go to his name and hit chat.
Well, if he's on, I mean, he was going to call in because I don't think he has a computer with video, so I'm not sure.
There you go.
He
Now his voice is connected. Just got to
Okay.
unmute.
needs to unmute. See him.
The host, you should be able to unmute him if whoever the host is.
Well, that's me, but let me see.
You have to click that participants to bring up the participant screen.
Well, I'm hitting it, and I asked him to
There you
unmute.
go. Ben,
right,
can you
Ben.
hear us now?
Are you there, Ben? Well, there's a couple more phone numbers on here now too. We're going to need to hear from him to get his votes. So, Ben, if you can hear us, I don't know if you want to log back out and log back in or what, but we show that you're not on mute, but we can't hear you.
want me to email him?
If somebody could, that'd be fine because we can
Yeah, I'll
move
do
on.
that.
All right. So tonight's meeting, we've got a couple things on the agenda. As I emailed you, main purposes are to give an update as to where we are with the project, as well as we have 2 resolutions to vote on. And then we've got some next steps after that. Some of you might have seen the article in the Dispatch that came out a couple of weeks ago that was related to the project in some ways, just because I think one of the homes was having difficulty getting an easement, and I think they're still working through that. But one of the things that was noted in there and that we have talked about is there are still a few homes that we have not received paperwork on. I know some of them are working through some last issues, and as long as we know that they're still intending to jump on, we're not halting the process. We're not slowing it down at this point. We're going to keep moving. So at some point we'll get beyond their ability to choose on or off. So if we don't have paperwork and we don't know their intention, we're going to assume at that point they are not going to be part of the project.
I left another message for Jeff too.
Okay. Well, and should people choose their change their minds at a later point, it's just going to come with some different financial options, meaning they won't necessarily be able to access the interest-free 30-year terms, so they may have to pay up front, which is unfortunate. But we've spent a lot of time and money trying to get out to people and notice people, and I don't think at this point anyone can say they weren't aware, and especially the deadline. We did certified letters to a number of homes. And like I said, there's a few that we know are still working through last issues. I'm fine with that as long as, again, we're not have to halt the process and wait for anybody. The risk we have with that is that at some point, we missed another deadline on the EPA funding, and then at some point the funding is no longer available, or was overcommitted for the year, or something happens and all of a sudden it's not available, and then our project gets put on the back burner, which could be a risk that it happens at all. We can't afford that risk, and I think I've heard from a number of property owners since the article came out with a lot of concern about that, and wanting to be sure that we are not delaying the project further, and I have given them my word on that. So that's where we stand. So resolution wise, we have 2 resolutions that the board needs to pass in order to move to the next step in the assessment process, as we've discussed before. There's a little bit of an echo. I don't know if somebody needs to mute. I can hear myself echoing very badly.
Do we
Okay,
know what number that is?
I don't. I can mute everybody, but I don't want to have to do that. Okay, it's fixed.
Oh,
Okay, so and I sent you guys the resolutions to look at. The first one that we would need to vote on is the resolution necessity, and essentially that is the board recognizing the necessity of the project, the water project overall, in order to construct the water source transmission lines for the district, locating, focused on the location of the water district, the lots to be assessed, specifications, profiles, estimates of costs. And DelCo has been very good about providing all of that to us. We have within here, we're declaring that it is necessary for us to construct a water system for the preservation and promotion of public health, safety, welfare. And that we're approving the plans as they stand so far, specifications, profiles, estimates of cost, which we have, to date, a pretty good idea of the believing that the engineering, the construction costs and legal costs and other things are all being included in that. We have agreed with DelCo to assess a minimum of $1.2 million, which will be part of our next resolution to discuss the amount that would be assessed per home. Any construction overage or operation costs above and beyond that will be surcharged, lent to us from DelCo, essentially surcharged on people's water bills. Also 0% interest, 30-year terms, very, very generous. And then essentially that the assessment will be levied against such properties in accordance with the following method authorized by the revised code 6119.42. 100% of the assessment costs, presently estimated to be $1.2 million, shall be assessed in proportion to the benefits which result from the project within the improvement area. So essentially we're saying we aren't going to assess more than the improvement amount of having the project. So one of the litmus tests we have for the assessment per home is that it cannot exceed the amount that the home is improved by the project having been completed. And we're going through a few processes to ensure that we're testing correctly on that. There was an appraiser that came out, drove through the neighborhood. He has a lot of experience in this area, and he's just ensuring that we have the comfort that that amount is not exceeding the value it's providing. Obviously, not having water for our homes would be a much bigger risk. We're trying to stay in and around or under the 10% of home value threshold, and they believe at this point that we are safely within that amount. So this resolution essentially is just proving that we believe that this project is necessary for the neighborhood. So with that said, unless there's questions, there is an exhibit attached to it that's got all the properties within the district. I'll just look for somebody to move to adopt that resolution of necessity.
I move to adopt that resolution.
Okay, that's Mark. Do I have a second?
I will second.
That's Bill Ash. We'll do a roll call vote. Laura Kunze, yay. Bill Ash,
Yay.
yay. Mark,
Yay.
Tony. Tony,
Are you on mute, Tony?
He's on mute.
which one is he? Oh, are you there, Tony?
Can he type it in the group chat?
Well, he could. Is he, which one is he?
How about
All
Ben?
right.
Ben, can you hear?
Yeah, Benjamin, can you speak yet?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, there
So
he is.
what's your vote on the resolution?
I vote yay. Absolutely.
All right. And Tony's the only one we haven't got
Yay.
word.
There he
Yay.
is.
There he is. All right. So, so moved. I will fill out the paperwork. There's a place on here, Mark, for you to sign. If you
Yes.
can arrange, we can do that in the next day or so.
Okay.
The next resolution is Resolution 1028-2020B, and that is the one where we're determining the amount and the methodology for the assessment. So as we've discussed in numerous meetings, we've gone through a lot of different iterations, looking at per home amounts, looking at frontage, looking at property values, and trying to come up with some kind of a fair way to distribute the cost, the 1.2 million. And under consultation with our attorneys who have a lot of experience in this area, we've arrived at the recommendation that we assess only improved lots, meaning properties with homes, and that we assess an equal amount to the homes in the project rather than try to determine who's got more, more footage, more cost, more line, whatever. So,
Laura, let me interrupt you real quick.
yeah,
We need to be recording this.
I am.
You are? Okay, great.
Yeah, the Zoom is recording it for me.
Okay.
So,
Because it shows on my screen it's not, so that's why I just wanted to.
oh, really?
Yeah.
It's showing recording on mine. So.
Okay, I see it now up in the upper left-hand corner. Okay, sorry about that.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So, we did also reach out to the Columbus homes, and I believe there's only one of those that is opting out. The majority are opting in, and we have
Good.
sent them voluntary assessment paperwork, which means because they're not in the unincorporated area of the district, we cannot assess them involuntarily. They have to opt in. So we're gathering up that paperwork that did lower the cost a little bit per home, or will help go toward the overage, which we expect there will be some construction overage over the 1.2. So we arrived at the recommendation of $16,000 per home, equally shared amongst the homes within the unincorporated area of the district. It's the same cost that the Columbus homes will pay. It is also the amount that any future build within the district or even outside of the district that we are able to service will pay in addition to their tap fee, service line, and any assessed surcharges that have already occurred. They will need to pay that up front in order to join the project. So there will be no free rides now or in the future for anyone who chooses to connect to the lines that we are constructing right now. So
And
that
like-
will all go to offset the overage cost. So it'll over time bring down the overall cost to the whole group.
So anything that is assessed over the 1.2 just reduces the surcharge.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. And we expect there will be a few. In fact, there are a couple of properties that are going ahead now and adding a meter because they are planning to eventually put a home there, and they're going to go ahead and do it now so they can get those 30-year terms. So we have 2 additional line sharers that are going to be paying voluntarily in order to get that to happen now, which is great.
Are those the 2 properties on the east side of Olentangy River Road that are just now?
No, that's actually a third one that has just cropped up.
Ah.
So yeah, that, there's a person that purchased that. They're in discussions right now about their options, but in all likelihood, they will tie into the project and they will also, do it under the same arrangements. It'll be pretty simple for us to get aligned to them. It's just going to be a matter of timing at this point. All right. So with that said, Resolution 1028, 2020B, be it resolved by the Board of Trustees that the board hereby approves the estimated amounts for the Mount Airy Water Improvement Project as attached here too, incorporated as Exhibit A. We've got the, again, the list of properties that is found determined that all formal actions of this board concerning and relating to the adoption of the resolution were adopted in an open meeting, which this is all deliberations within the Board of Trustees resulting in any formal action. We're in meetings open to the public. We've never had meetings with more than two of us present where any business was discussed. We've been really careful about that. And in compliance with the law, I'll look for a motion to adopt that resolution.
Also move.
Okay, that's Bill. Do we have a second?
I second, Ben.
Ben, okay. We'll do a roll call vote. Laura Kunze, yay. Bill Ash,
Yay.
Mark McPhillamy,
Yay.
Tony Palmer.
Aye.
I'm looking for a yay, but okay. And Benjamin,
Yay.
yay. We got 5 yays. We are so moved. Thank you, guys. That's another one, Mark, that you'll need to sign at some point.
Yes.
I also sent you guys a draft of the letter that will go out to the residents once I've confirmed that the 2 resolutions passed, essentially informing people of the assessment process, the amount. They will be sent tomorrow by certified mail. In the letter, it gives people 28 days from receipt of the letter to respond. The responses that we're looking for are people who are disputing or appealing the assessment. They can't, according to the law, they can't appeal that an assessment is happening. The appeal needs to be based on the amount, which means they would need to essentially support that the project is not improving their property in the amount or at the amount that they're being assessed, which again is why the appraiser spent some time going through the neighborhood yesterday so that we are sure that we are within a legally defensible amount, which we believe at this point we are. So the 28-day period, if in that time somebody does decide they want to appeal it, then we will need to appoint a board. It will be an all voluntary board. I believe it has to be all unincorporated people. They don't all have to be in Sharon Township, but I believe they have to be in Franklin County. And that board will hear the appeal. They will look at the law and make a recommendation to our board as to whether or not the appeal has merit. And the only real thing that could happen is somebody could try to negotiate their amount down. But again, we're just ensuring that at this point we're in a safe range so that, we want to do what's fair and right for individual residents. And we don't believe at this point any of them are outside of that range at all. So if we do have to go to that next step, it's not going to hold up construction. Essentially, the construction will start whenever we have a successful bid, and that construction team that bid it has us on their schedule and can start. So the assessment process, appeal process can run concurrently with that. It will not hold us up.
Nice.
I have been assured of that. So we don't know. I know DelCo is planning to get the bid out, I believe by December 1st or sometime in December. They will give people, I believe, 30 days. The lowest bid will win. So we don't have choice in who's going to actually do the construction, but I know DelCo is going to keep a close eye on that to ensure that the quality is there, and they will back it up with future repairs to the property or anything like that that might need to be done, as they mentioned in the last DelCo meeting with the residents. we will, depending on when they get us on the schedule, the construction can start, as soon as they are available to get us going. The fire hydrants are being worked out. So I believe they have a fire hydrant that will work for City of Columbus and Worthington Fire and EMS. So we wanted to be sure that what was being put in would actually work with their apparatus. And it sounds like they're on their way with that.
Nice.
Are there any other updates? Mark, did that wire go through?
It did. So went through yesterday.
Good.
Got a confirmation number. I've also created in our Google Drive a balance sheet.
Okay.
I'm missing some data. Of course, I've requested with the bank. I can't tell you how many times, either through phone call or go to an agent, to have the address on the bank statements changed to my address because I don't receive any of that. And so I finally got ahead and just asked Steve if he could do it. Steve seems to be the only one that is capable, and when he does stuff, it seems to get done. So I think I have him. So I've got, we've only written like 10 checks, so it's not a very complex balance sheet. What I'm missing are like 3 or 4 different deposits we've done. I've got a couple in here that I knew because I'm the one who wrote the check for it, so I was able to put those in. Just to let you know, I've got a check written, Laura, to Mount Air Improvement Corporation for $9,000, signed, just waiting for your signature. So we'll bring this over tomorrow, and then we can send the other documents as well.
Probably be better on Friday for me, unless it's in the morning tomorrow.
Sure, yeah, Friday will be fine.
I'll have to make sure it gets put into the right account.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And just to let you know, our current balance is $20,340.10.
Okay. Well, we've had a lot of legal fees, creating a district, and all the processes that go into that are not inexpensive. And I think part of the expense has been in making sure that our assessment process is completely above board to try to minimize any, concerns that residents might have now or in the future, and just, to make sure that we're being fair to everybody. So I appreciate all the work that Albert's group has done with us. They've been really, really good to work with. So any other updates or questions?
We don't have to vote on the letter. That's just
No, the letter is the letter.
okay. That's fine. I didn't think we did. I was somewhat encouraged by Ivan's latest opinion of cost. That seemed like it was a little friendlier than some of the previous ones have been.
Yeah, I know. They've worked out a few areas that could have been more expensive than they needed to be, and obviously, when we heard from a few people that chose not to be part of the project, we were able to drop sections of line or drop them from a 6-inch down to a 4-inch or a 2-inch, which certainly helps save cost.
And that doesn't include, of course, the repayment of the DelCo loan to us for the water district, or the small amount for the repayment of the repair work that they've done. That I think just gets surcharged just to the people that are in on the Mount Air water system now.
Right.
So.
It may also be something, at some point when you guys close that system down, if there are any assets that could be, part of the dissolving of the assets, and not sure how they want to handle that.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's not a real big amount at this point either.
Right.
We do have another leak in progress, by the way.
Oh, great. Hopefully, yeah, I was just about to say, hopefully that the cost won't go up much between now and.
There's a leak outside of Tom Lewis's place.
Okay.
And it's not a big leak. We're still only pumping about 6,000 gallons a day, which is, maybe 1,000 gallons more than we've been running recently. So it's not a huge leak. And he's kind of working through with DelCo actually to see if he can coordinate getting a plumber to actually run his new service line in conjunction with doing this repair. So it just gets all done at once.
That's great.
And if it is in fact his service line that's leaking, then, you know, DelCo will invoice us and we'll invoice him.
Okay. Very
So,
good.
And I'm waiting for an invoice from DelCo on the repair they did up at the Haddon rental property on Mulberry too. So we'll invoice him for that also.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
The construction cost, the guesstimation for it, which is included in this appraisal, with the bids coming through, it could lower the per house charge, right? If the bid's
No.
lower than what they've
No.
estimated?
No, I mean, it's never going to drop down below 1.2 million for sure. I mean, yeah, the construction bid is going to be what it is. It's their best estimate as to the costs. We won't obviously know the final costs until the work is done. But yeah, we don't anticipate it'll ever drop under 1.2 million. But it may be less than the 1.3 or 1.4 that they're currently estimating.
Gotcha.
So,
And also, I spoke to Mr. O'Brien today.
yeah, I've been trying to reach him.
Yeah, he mentioned he's trying to get a hold of you too. And
Really? He hasn't called me back, so I don't know. He's trying.
So yeah, he said that he wants to put in maybe a second tap.
Well, he needs to let us know ASAP. I've left him 2 messages as recently as today and 1 last week, and he has not called me back. We have to know that very, very soon.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're going to just know that he's not doing it and he'll have to pay for it later up front. So
Right.
He's got to let me know ASAP.
He doesn't even know if he can turn that land into a second property, which is his goal.
Right. Well, he'll have to determine that pretty quick. So
Yeah.
otherwise, he'll have to hold off on that and add it later at cost, whatever he decides to do. He just needs to let me know. All right. There is another resident Zoom call with DelCo, I believe, on November 12th. And we should have pretty darn close to final drawings from the engineers by then. And they will kind of give us an update as to where when the bid's going out. And we'll be almost halfway through our process with the assessments if anyone appeals. So we'll be able to discuss that with anybody. Beyond that, is there anything else for tonight?
I'm not thinking of anything.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody. We will, I will put minutes together. I'm taking notes and we're recording the meeting as well. Was there somebody, looks like we've got 6 people on, so we've got somebody who's not on the board. Who joined us?
I think Ben.
I think it's my phone.
Yeah, Ben's shown up twice.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah. My computer is on and so is my phone with no sound.
Okay. Well, I will, yeah, the minutes, I don't have the minutes from the last meeting for us to approve, so we'll need to get, I have that on my work computer, but I'm working from home this week, and so I didn't have a chance to pull it and print it. And then we'll get those posted on the website. I'll try to get that next week if I'm back in the office by then. So, all right, and then we'll post, I don't know if we can post this recording or not, but if we can, I will. I'll have to figure out how to post.
Just send me the link and I'll upload it to YouTube and then get it on the web.
Wow, we'll be famous. Awesome.
Well, it was
All
funny.
right.
I had a video go out. That was a birthday thing, and right after it, it automatically showed Bill Ash starting the presentation. A bunch of people were like, "Who is this guy?" So, Laura, just let me know when it's good on Friday if you want me to stop by.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Well, it is 7:59. I'll just look for a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
Okay. I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Yay.
No,
Yay.
no nays on that one. So that's good. All right, guys, I will catch you later.
Have a
Right.
good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.